need to be able to advise our boys about what to do in the situation where, you know, Johnny's pulled up Pornhub on his phone and they're, you know, out at the park or whatever. And hey guys, look at this and check this out. And you've had the conversations with your son. You've talked about, you know, what it is to see that and all the things. But it gets really real when you're out with your peers and you're trying to be cool about this really awkward thing. And you know that you don't really want to see it, but whoa, what do you do? What's the bailout strategy? Because they need to have an exit plan that's gracious, allows them to save face.
Yeah, absolutely. So that starts with when you're talking to them, you need to talk to them about what to do when they see it. When they're on their own, when they're with somebody else. So that means you need to have a strategy conversation with them so they know what to do if they see it when they're on their own, when they're with friends, when it happens accidentally, if they go into a rabbit hole, like all of that. So when they're with their peers and some kid says, hey, check this out. One of the best things your kid can say is, dude, I think looking at porn is a solo activity. And so you're going to shame them.
Love it. Love it.
You're going to shame them, which is totally fine. Peer-to-peer shaming in this circumstance is totally fine. And then you're going to save face because everyone's going to laugh, right? Because yeah, looking at porn is a solo activity. And then, so that's one strategy. The other strategy is for your kid to have some YouTube videos already queued up, like maybe 2 or 3, and say, whatever, man, check this out, and have something funny already in the queue, ready to go. Now, tall order. Right? Tall order. So you can role play with your kids. Sometimes that helps them. They might not be down with it, but you're like, this is going to happen to you. And it is freaking uncomfortable. So it's really hard because if you're seeing this, like your friend's showing you this video and it's like 3 people doing the deed and it's intriguing, right? So being able to like have the self-awareness to step back and say, oh crap, gross. Like, okay, what am I going to do here? And have something in their head. You know, that's the easiest one is like, are you effing kidding me? Like, I'm all about the swearing. So, you know, especially when kids are on their own. And that's really powerful to say, are you effing kidding me? Like, what are you doing, man? Let's go find something else to do. Like that whole redirect. And with younger kids, when you've talked to them and say, you know, the rule is it's not okay to look at this. So if you're at somebody else's house, what can you do if they want to see it? Right. And let them strategize a little bit. Well, I can walk away. I can tell the parent, you know, and you know, what I told Milo was like, you can say, I don't feel good and want to go home. Like this is a good strategy for any child to get out of any circumstances to say, I feel like I'm going to barf. No one wants a barfing child, right? Right? Like that'll get you home in 2 seconds. So
go fast.
Go fast. Yeah. Get out. Yeah. So, and again, the open continuous conversation, right? You can't just say, hey, this is porn. Good luck out there. You have to talk about it a lot because it's going to be in their lives no matter what.
Yeah. And this all, you know, it loops around to how you treat women and how, you know, body image and all of these things. So it can be just part of that continuing conversation that you're having with your sons anyway.
Right. And like pointing out like how sexist it is and how bad it is for women. And, you know, when they're older, you don't start out with your like 7-year-old and be like, and by the way, sex trafficking, right? Like you need to talk about the industry.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh when you say that, but I mean, it was a funny example.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's part of it, right? Like what's happening in the industry, that's for later on conversations. You know, really, again, I just cannot press on this enough. You have to talk to your kids about sex and healthy sexuality, boundaries, consent, responsibility. That is the thing that's going to push you and into these conversations. You'll feel more comfortable because can you imagine saying, hey, your kid sees porn, happens all the time. They don't know about sex. And so their initiation into the world of sex is, like I said, 3 people and a hamster, whatever.
It's traumatic. It's traumatic. And that's not the gateway you want for your kid.